So I haven't posted for a while, mainly because I've been dealing with the fact that my studio got flooded. The neighbor upstairs apparently was doing some unauthorized work on his apartment, and it flooded. So how I found this out is that I walked into the studio the other day, and I was like, smelled something. It smelled kind of odd, and I was like, what is this? And we first thought, okay, maybe someone left the garbage downstairs or something like that, but there was this strange smell. Now, I keep my studio really clean, at least very sanitary. Maybe disorganized, but it's always very sanitary. So a smell is something that I really need to track down. And it was like a kind of a musky kind of smell. So I was really not happy when I stepped in the studio, and I'm looking around, just can't find it. Can't figure out where the smell's coming from. Well, what I did is that often when I paint over in the carpeted area, and I take off my shoes and I paint. Okay, and I take off my shoes and I put my feet right into the wet carpet. So I'm thinking, okay, did our laundry overflow? It's something, I'm going down the line of all these different things that it might be. Well, we couldn't figure it out until we looked up in this area here, up here, and we noticed that the bricks were really wet. And we finally figured out that the neighbor upstairs was doing some authorized work. Well, at first we're like, okay, maybe it was the hard rains, but we'll give them a bit of a doubt. Let's go knock on the door, make sure everything's all right upstairs, and go from there. Well, they wouldn't even let us in the door. They wouldn't even let the plumber into the door. In fact, they're resisting all sorts of things involving the homeowners association or the strata or whatnot. Just being a total pain in the ass. So, in the meantime, I've had to wait for it to rain 3 times just to make sure that it wasn't a leak from the roof, in which we were pretty doubtful because you've got my studio, you got the neighbor in number 2, and then you have us above him. And since we weren't flooded, but we were flooded down here, makes us think that, well, since water goes down, it's probably in the middle. So, I waited for everything to be done, or for the rain to be done, so this way I can get an idea of, okay, just in case, is it just coming down through a wall or something like that, and bypassing our apartment, bypassing theirs and coming out here? Who knows? I'm not an expert in this sort of thing, but it's a good idea to figure out before I start rebuilding. And, well, it was definitely coming from up there, but we're still working on going through legal channels to get that taken care of. And that's about all I'm going to say about that. But, so I lost carpet, a beanbag, about 12 pillows, about 14 days worth of production time, and now I have to rebuild everything. Also, my beautiful area that I paint, which was raised and turned into a studio space, or kind of like a raised platform, so this way when you're spending a large amount of hours on it, you're not on concrete. Well, we have to tear that up, and now today I'm sanitizing everything. So taking bleach to everything. I just can't afford to have any mold or mildew growing in the studio, because I don't want that, someone will walk in and go, who wants to get painted by someone who their studio smells like mildew? So that's what I'm doing today. I'll show you some pictures of the damage. In the meantime, that's what do? You rebuild. You rebuild and you start over. And if you quit, you're done.